Hello, ladies and gents. Hello, ladies and gents. Romie Reviews here. So yes, it's about that time for Insecure. Wow. How do I love this show? So it's season 2, season 3, episode 2. Familiar like, because everything this season, all of it's going to end in like. So Issa is still living with Daniel for now because Daniel's a good guy. We know he's a good guy, and we're just trying to figure out why is it that they're not together. I mean, I respect the fact that they're not dipping and dabbling, but when are they going to dip and dabble? Because I'm ready. I am ready, because that's when it's really going to get messy. But before that, Issa, she's going, and this is the time for new discovery. One of the things that she's looking at is she's looking at a place for herself. So she's at work looking for a place to live, and it's a mess right now. It's a mess right now because she keeps getting told, sorry, you can't. It's just a lot of sorries regarding her applications for these potential rental properties, because it's apartments. It's apartments, you know, they do credit checks, they do all of that. But so Issa reached out to Daniel, say, I haven't seen you in a couple of days. Are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm straight, thanks. And so Issa, and we see on the screen all of the different emojis that she was going to text him back. And then she realized, okay, no, let me not do this. Now, the head of We Got Y'all is very confused because she's the one that came up with the logo. She doesn't understand why the logo is offensive. They know they have to do a rebrand, a reorg, and it has to start with the logo, but she just doesn't get it. It's her hand. She's helping the community. Yes, that is beautiful, but we're in a woke time society. Just because you service brown and black people doesn't mean that you have to make it look like, oh, the white hope is here, because that's what your thing symbolizes. And there's other things that she doesn't get. So it's like a round circle of everyone except for Issa talking about what's going on there. Well, the name We Got Y'all also sounds offensive because we're going at black and brown kids. So it sounds like some culture vulture stuff, patronizing stuff. Again, that logo, that white hand, and then I think his name's Ken. He's gay. He's the gay one. So everyone has their own particular roles in this office. He's the gay one. So he's like, well, what about more inclusion? What about a rainbow flag to show that we're also supporting LGBT youth? And they're just going around each and everything. And Issa's closest friend is just trying to tell the boss, hey, what they're saying is right. It's just not making sense the way that we're doing things, because it's not gonna, whatever you want to do right now isn't working. It gets to the point where one of the other coworkers says, why don't we ask Issa? We always just follow what she says anyway. So then we see Issa do her usual, you know what? I've been saying all these years, and now that everyone else wants to say it, now's the time for someone to finally listen. Oh no, screw each and every last one of you. I said, Issa, come on, you're still working at We Got Y'all. So I know you didn't say that, but that was in her mind. So that gave us flashbacks of what we're used to. And she just said, you know what? I heard everyone's points, and I think all of them have value to the issues that's going on to the situation. And then that's when it's like, oh, well, since you said it, I feel so bad for her. I can't imagine being the person having to go and constantly deal with that at work. And she gets another email saying that, again, she was rejected for a new apartment. Even just looking at it. Daniel's talking to, I think he's talking to his little cousin. And she's listening to the music. She likes the music. She goes and leaves. And now Daniel's friend, who's in the studio, is supposed to work out this deal where this new up-and-coming rapper, and if you watch the show, if you watch Greenleaf, he plays, so I guess maybe he is like a musician, and so that's why he's playing all these musical roles. He actually plays like a young Christian rock Christian singer on that show. And he's in a relationship with one of the pastor's daughters. But anyway, so Daniel's supposed to have worked out a deal where he can actually meet him and work with him. Now Issa goes to Kelly's job, and I forgot that I love Corporate Kelly. Corporate Kelly, she has her nice safe colors, white and blue. She has her nice round earrings, professional earrings. Again, nice, bright, warm, probably corporate colors. So she said, you know what? I'm glad you're here today. Let me go and see how I can help you out. Well, we're in a situation, and we see on the computer screen Issa's credit score. Trash. It is trash. It is tragic. The only thing that's going to help her out is if she has financing that she can put down in order to buy an apartment, like do a couple of months rent to supplement her terrible credit score. Issa's score is 425. 425. What are you supposed to do at 425? You might as well go and get a printout of that and use it as toilet paper. That's all that's worth. It's better you not having any credit than 420. Dang, Issa, come on. Anyway. Kelly, once she realizes Issa's savings and the money, where she can get the money from, it's like, oh, what's it? She has to go. She has her dude close the door because she's a big head honcho there. She has an office. She has many plaques. Kelly's educated. Kelly is grown. Kelly's black. Close that door. Girl, what the are you doing? This is trash. What is wrong? How do you expect to have a trash credit score and have... What about your current living arrangement? So she can either go and reach out to her brother. She can either see if she can work out a better deal with Daniel. And so then Kelly said, oh, so are you two screwing? Are you giving him a little sloppy toppy out there? Sloppy toppy? What are y'all doing? She said, no. Oh, yeah, so how much? Maybe you can work out a deal so that you pay him less to stay there. Oh, I'm not paying him. You're not paying him and you're not screwing him? What is going on here? Issa, you have a great thing going. Why are you... I feel like Kelly almost wanted to say, damn, why aren't you screwing him? Why not? Why not? Kelly's a mess. But Kelly said, see if you can just work out a longer term deal with him, because other than that, honey bunches, you're going to have to save up. And you're going to have to save up a lot of money in order to put down a couple of months rent for this apartment. So then she calls her brother. Her brother says, nah, not going to happen. They already have a roommate. Sorry. I said, dang. I know he loves his sister, but it is not really like. So now Issa, again, is calling another LA rental property. And she's calling them as she's going into the elevator. So she says, yeah, I'm sorry, the service is going to cut off, so I guess I'll have to call you back. I should have thought. Issa is just so natural. This naturally awkward thing is amazing. Daniel has a girl. The girl, I don't know if she's a photographer / clothing designer / PR person. I don't know what she does, but she says something slick because Daniel's trying to talk about what he's doing in his own life and his own career, but she's just focused on her own. You even see she has a like gray / silver statue that said hustle. And it's funny because Daniel wanted to see if he could spend some more time at his girl's house. His girl said, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen for the main reason that you have your ex over at your home, and that's why you're not trying to stay over there. So Daniel's going to have to tell Issa that she needs to go sooner rather than later. And I know he doesn't want to do that to her, but he has to. He has to. At this point, he has to. Excuse me. But why did this girl say something about Alexander Shipp and LeVar Ball were spotted wearing, I don't know if it's her clothes or her boss's clothes, whoever it was? She was just like, oh my God, I love light-skinned love. I said, you love what? That sounds criminal coming out of her mouth. So now Issa is having one of these very rare having lunch with her coworkers. It just seems so weird. It didn't make any sense. Everyone else is having regular food. Issa's having peanut butter and jelly because remember, Kelly told her you don't have the money to go and just spend and do whatever you want. And of course, her go-to coworkers talk about how I agree that her boss has been tripping lately. She's been off the wagon. She's been on 1,000. I don't know why. I don't know why, but she needs to listen to us. And it's interesting that again, the coworkers are doing the same thing to Issa, where they're kind of looking at her like, hey, you need to be the person to go and spearhead this. And Issa's irritated because she's trying to figure out, why does it always have to be me? I know it always has. I know it ends up being me because I'm the black one. But dang, really? And again, Ken, the gay one, says, well, he's the gay one. He's always pushing LGBTQ initiatives. This is just how it is. I said, dang. So Issa then calls Daniel because she's trying to be sly and say, hey, well, you know, in a roundabout Issa way, and you know what that is, I need more time. If I could say a couple of more weeks. And he says, oh, I'm sorry, my girl doesn't feel comfortable with you being there. It's kind of weird for her, so maybe another week. And so then Issa's just like, oh, okay, well, we can talk about this. Daniel hangs up. Daniel hangs up. Issa then goes and talks to her boss, essentially tells her boss, hey, we need some more representation. I understand I screwed up, so I'm not out in the field anymore, but we need more representation. Her boss said, wait a minute, we have minorities in here. Well, what about, oh, well, yeah, I don't even know what oh. And again, just showing how, I get it, her boss, love all, serve all, and that's great, that's beautiful, but you also have to be very aware. Her boss is not aware, and because her boss is not aware, she does things, and she only sees things almost in the same way that someone who doesn't see the issues in the first place. It's a little scary because there's a lot more people like that. So Issa said maybe bring more black people, more people of color into the office. It would help out. Issa trying to earn her keep. I'm thinking you've been staying at someone's house, but you haven't ate for free, and you haven't at least yeah. So Issa's finally cleaning, and she's cleaning the kitchen, and it was so funny. Behind the toaster, which I said, that's the nastiest looking countertop I've seen in years. The lighting in that house is terrible. I said, Daniel, I get it. I get it. You work night hours. I understand that. But my dude, have you heard of some bleach? Have you heard of some daylight lighting? So he comes in and was shocked. Oh, you cleaned up. I mean, your place is so dirty. Just moving a couple of things around helped. And this is where we see that Issa and Daniel, how they really were friends, because Daniel's going through it right now. He thought that his connect in the studio when the episode first started said that he'll go and introduce him to this rapper. That didn't happen. So now Daniel doesn't know what to do. Issa said, all right, why don't I go and be like your wingman, your wing woman, help you out? And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, let's go. So they go to the club, and his name isn't on the list. His name's supposed to be on the list, but again, his friend didn't come through for him. So now they're trying to figure out, okay, how am I supposed to get in? An old friend of theirs who's now successful comes along, and he's just like, hey! And he was like, hey! And Daniel's trying to act too cool for school. He even has like a Playboy bunny cardigan on. and so he's again having to be the middle person. It's like, hey, you do this, you do that. Remember when you guys used to do X, Y, and Z and play your drums when you were little kids? And so then he said, look, the guy here doesn't have our name. He's tripping. So their friend gives them the access to the club. Daniel, being very prideful, is trying to act cool and reserved. You can't act cool and reserved when you don't have anything. I mean, he has stuff, but he doesn't have what he really wants. That's not when you act cool and reserved. Now they're in the club, and the rapper who's on the stage, he's doing this thing. Daniel is trying to get Issa to understand the type of direction he wants to go in with this rapper. So then, while the music's playing, Daniel starts going and with his, obviously with his mouth, in Issa's ear. And I said, oh Lord, Issa's gonna fall in love. But it was cool because you could, I loved what they did with the sound, because you could really hear and imagine, okay, I see the vision. I see what they're trying to do with this. What he's trying to do. It's just adding more drums, more instrumental to someone's productions can really take them to the next level. I was thinking, Lord, do we need to do that with some of these out right now? Anyway, Issa went to the bar to get some drinks, and this guy started to hit on her. But broke. So if she needs to go and flirt with him for 2.5 seconds because she thinks, oh, look at him. Oh, he has braces. Never mind. Oh, you still going to buy me and my girl drinks because, you know, Danielle, she's really loosey-goosey. I said, this guy, oh my gosh. Oh my God. So, of course, he bought her the drinks. Daniel was hit up by these two women. I said, Daniel, it's a trap. It is a trap. They thought that he was his old elementary school friend's weed guy. That was a blow to the ego. So that was the second blow to the ego for Daniel. And so when Issa and Daniel come back, they're both just like, oh, yeah, at the bar? Oh, nothing much. You know, just some weirdos. And Daniel's like, yeah, you know, just some club girls. You know how that is. And they drink at the same time. So they're both so awkward. I see how they can be friends. They're really the male and female versions of each other. It's crazy. It's crazy. Lawrence is not needed. Sorry. Now they're out at the club and they see the rapper. He's is really trying to just pump up Daniel, say, look, you got this. You have the skills. You have the talent. I've never heard you, talk like this before. Now's your time. Go for it, my dude. Go for it. So they get downstairs. But again, their old friend is there already talking to the rapper. So Issa distracts the old friend and says, oh, you have a son, don't you? Come on. Let me see, little man. So then, of course, he's showing his son. It's like, oh, daddy's doing, I see you, bro. Oh, man, how things have changed. Just small talk. Just trying to do as much small talk. Dude, Daniel, come on, seal the deal. So while Daniel's talking to this guy for 2.5 seconds, it's going okay. That's when his old friend comes and says, oh, man, yeah, he's the truth. He's worked with so-and-so. Oh, you know so? Yeah, okay. Man, we should work together. Well, he didn't say that. He said, I remember you now. I heard your music before. You did that track with X, Y, and Z. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was cool. And everyone had that unison look of, oh, crap. That was cool. It's like the universal, it's aight. It's aight. But I don't necessarily F with that. So then Daniel's trying to say, yo, I'm on this new wave sonically. We're up in the clouds. We're doing stuff. It wasn't working. It wasn't working too well. So then the rapper told him, hey, why don't you go and go through the person that Daniel was trying to go through in the first place, and we'll see if we can make something happen. Didn't go the way that he wanted, and a shooting shot out. So shout out to Daniel. He made sure to protect Issa. They got out, and now he just doesn't know what he's going to do. He has no idea what he's going to do. But Issa is just telling him, hey, you need to stop with that pride mess. You need to stop with that pride mess. You want to be successful, right? You have to go and make the effort. You have to care more about your career than just your general image. Care more about your career and where you're going in life versus, oh, if you're just the biggest and baddest out there. Perception-wise. And so then Issa was like, you know what? And I'm sorry that I'm not helping the situation by staying in your house longer than you want. And he said, Issa, don't worry about it. Stay as long as you want. And I knew that was going to happen. Daniel still likes him some Issa. Issa checked on Twitter and saw that, oh, so we're the fight's online. Neil's being ratchet. You already know. Daniel actually calls their friend and says, it was good catching up with you, man. I really have some new stuff. It'd be cool if we could link up. He says yes. And I was so happy for Daniel because once the conversation was done, they're going to be in the studio, what was it, like a day or two from then? Perfect. Only issue is that I don't know if I trusted this friend. I feel like this, because Daniel said that he's the one with the real talent. The friend is just the one who got famous. I have a weird feeling that the friend could go and double cross and take Daniel's material, and because he's not famous, get away with it. This happens all the time. So that's what's just going on in my mind with that. Now, Issa has to sleep on the couch that she's super grateful for, but she has to sleep on the couch. Daniel's giving her a massage. I'm thinking, Lord, Issa. So then Daniel said, I'll be out for a while. You can sleep in my bed. Well, I'm not going to be there. And she said, oh, okay. I'm thinking, Issa, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, this is how it begins. And she actually gets a call from a rental property manager, and he wants to talk to her. I'm thinking, oh, so as one problem goes away, another one comes along. She can actually stay with Daniel, so she plays it off like, oh, that was nothing. Once he asks, who was that? I'm thinking, Lord, he's playing his music. And so she goes there and she's vibing out with him, and that's how it ends. So please like, comment, subscribe. Next week is going to be some Molly mess. Stay tuned for the Molly mess.